live here. I'm Rudy Buck here, play-by-play announcer, sitting alongside Craig
McChesney.
Oh, man, I'm having trouble with that today, Craig. You have to forgive me.
We're going to send you to training after the match is over.
Anyway, we're here with the 2012 NCAA Club Soccer Showcase here in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. We have had 3 games thus far this morning. They've been absolutely fantastic. Right now we have the Rio Vista United 94 club against the Argonauts, the 94 Argonauts, and that's an interesting name, Argonauts.
Yeah,
there, Craig.
yeah,
What's
that's
up
right.
with that?
I'm not sure where they chose it, but they've got a storied history, as you can see. They're #1 team in the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's at 2nd in the region, 8th in the country or something. They know how to play.
They definitely know how to play, and they are up on top 1-0 right now. We're in the second half of play. They're playing 2 periods today, and they're pretty right on schedule today, Craig.
Yeah, they got it right on the nose here. They got the time kept on the scoreboard, and they stopped the game right on the nose to keep the schedule moving.
And we'll get right to these player rosters. That way you guys know who's out there playing right now for the New Mexico Rush 94 team. These are the Argonauts, and they have Israel Aragon, Benjamin Brennan. They have Brad Carvajal. They have Patrick Clifford, Marcos Cordova, Austin Duran, Esteban Estrada, Ever Gonzalez, Evan Harris, Hunter Jewis, Isaiah Madrid, Devin Mason, Tyler Miller, Nicholas Moser, Justin Schmidt, Travis Shepard, and Michael Wilson. And for the Rio Vista United team, we have who there, Craig?
We have Christian Albrecht, Luis Baca, Ben Barkoff, Mason Buron, Benny Conway, Tyler Cotter, Luke Cotter, I'm assuming they're brothers.
Yeah.
Gray Cushman, Aaron Fox, Felipe Galvis, Lyndon Gessner, John Jameson, Nicholas Krebs, John Paul Munford Loughran, Ricardo Perez, Matt Steffens, Liam Thomas, and Chris Welch.
And that rounds out both clubs for you this afternoon, as this is the 4th game of the afternoon. It's been nothing but soccer today, nothing but men's soccer. Last week was nothing but ladies soccer. We had the likes of the Air Force Academy last week, as well as Fort Lewis College, Adams State. It was just amazing last week, and it's just falling into place again today, Craig, with these teams. As you mentioned, the Argonauts, last year's state champions in club soccer. These are the 17 and 18-year-olds, we're presuming, and they are absolutely dynamite.
Yeah, these are mostly seniors in high school, so they're getting ready to take the next step and move on. Some of them, we can see some of the schools. We've got guys going to Virginia Tech and UNM and Trinity, CSU Pueblo, Tufts. Looks like some interesting next steps for these guys.
Yeah, and you look at the end, is there still Virginia Tech and Rollins College?
Yeah,
My
Virginia
goodness.
Tech, that's big time. Any ACC soccer is the real thing. You got Duke and North Carolina, and you go out there to play, you're going to do the real thing, that's for sure.
And Craig and I did some player interviews earlier on, and we asked the kids where they were going, and it was quite interesting to see that a lot of the kids are going out of state to college, and very few staying in state.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it speaks for itself. We talked earlier about the Lobos season they had last year, and they're ranked #1 in the country in the NCAA for most of the season. And I think a lot of these kids, as much as they would love to go play for that team, maybe not such a realistic thing. I mean, I think some of these guys would make the team, but to get much playing time out there is going to be a challenge. So I think that's got a lot of guys looking elsewhere. But I think some of these guys might end up there. There's definitely some quality players, and as I told you, there's been a connection between both of these clubs and UNM. Carson Baldinger last year. Carson Baldinger, who came from Rio Vista Club, played some quality time for UNM last year, and I'm sure he'll get some more minutes this year.
And we just got one of the fans from the Argonauts giving us a little bit of information about.
I misspoke.
It's the other way around, apparently.
Yes, we've just been informed. RVU was last year's state champ, beat Argonauts. So the marketing literature that we've been handed is not necessarily exactly right.
So, okay.
Anyway, we know they're the top 2 pretty consistently.
So we'll go down onto the field and check some of this action out. We got 39 minutes left in the ball game. It's 1-0 in favor of the Argonauts, and these guys are all out playing right now, Craig.
Yeah, it's warm down there. You can see that starting to take its effect on people. But yeah, this has been a good game end to end. There was the goal that was scored by the Argonauts was a nice play where he dribbled the keeper and just slotted it into the net. And RVU had its chance to missed a PK early on that would have evened up the game. Actually, would have given them the lead. So, it's been a pretty even game so far.
So right now with the corner kick, very dangerous corner kicks, as we always mention in soccer. This thing could go either direction, hopefully for the Argonauts into the back of the net. And here's the kick right now. There's the kick. It's a nicely placed kick, and it definitely goes in.
Looks like maybe that was an own goal, I think. Maybe RVU knocked that into their own net. Looks like RVU's got bigger size back there. You would hope they could win that ball out of the air and clear it out of trouble. But like I've said earlier, once you, as a defender, you don't want to let that ball hit the ground in the box. You want to do everything you can to see it out of there safely before it even hits the ground.
And as you mentioned, it looked like some of the United team were pretty dominant down there, and they probably had something to do with that thing going into the back of the net.
Yeah, it looks like it just took an unlucky hop off somebody and made its way in. That's the luck of the break sometimes.
So the Argonauts now with a 2-0 lead here with 38 minutes left in the ball game, and the Argonauts trying to control this thing once again. Have it in the backfield, and here they go crossing midfield with it on the right side. And some nice passing there, and then stolen away by the United team. And then the United team backing it out, all the way out to Aaron Fox, and then Aaron way deep, and then he gets his own rebound, and then he gets it in his hand. Then the Argonauts with it now at center field.
Yeah, good patience. They're trying to let things develop and work people into the right positions. That's what you want to see. Not in too much of a hurry to get it up the field.
And then a deep shot by one of the Argonauts and falls way short and picked up by the goalkeeper, and he will clear it out here with a big kick.
Uh-oh.
That was off his foot. Yeah. It actually bounced on the ground there, Craig.
Yeah,
and another shot straight at him.
Looks like the wind's picking up in his face a little bit. I'm not sure if that's going to phase him a little bit. Not too strong yet, but it feels like it might be going that direction.
And again, some big headers, 2 in a row here. And then try to third, and there's going to be a shot on here or not? There's going to be a pass and a shot. Oh, and nice save there by the goalie, and he gets it out quickly to his United team.
Yeah, it was a good lefty shot there. He had a little trouble settling the ball to get good contact on it, but he managed to put a little pressure on the goalkeeper.
So here comes the United team trying to keep possession of this thing on their side of the field, and they're struggling with it. And then looks like an offsides call there. What was that?
Well, I think he slid in from the back, the Argonauts player, so they're going to send it the other way.
So here comes the United team again, trying to do something on the offense. Got a guy up front looking for a pass now. Goes to the center of the field, and the goalie quickly picks it out of there.
Oh, it was a good opportunity. Good cross from the sideline. Player on the right wing almost got his head onto it. Keeper came out nicely off the line and made the save.
And again, the United team at this point playing very well here with another break for them. It's a 3-on-4 break and a shot, and that will not go.
Yeah, 35-yarder there.
And here comes the Argonauts again with the ball, trying to get something to happen, but the United team not having any part of that. Nice passing there. Nice footwork by one of the United team. Another pass in the middle, nothing there. Cleared out. Here comes a big hitter. Send it right back into the action. And backs it out. Looking for the play on the right side. Out here to Aaron Fox, and Aaron with it as we try to get the teams listed. John Jameson with it, and he clears it back outside. And back to Fox. And then into Luke Cotter, and on the corner, and that will go out of bounds, and it will stay here with.
It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, it's going to be a goal.
Yeah, that was a good through ball. He tried to find him running into the corner, and it would have been a good opportunity to cross the ball back into the middle. Just as we mentioned earlier in the day, this artificial turf, most of these guys don't play on it very much during the year, and the ball finds its way out of bounds a whole lot more quickly than you're used to.
And Craig, tell us, is that because the field is so short, or is it because grass against artificial turf? The turf's a little quicker.
Just the speed of the surface. Yeah, this field is actually about as big as you're going to see for a soccer field. It's not like a football field where there's a regulation size. There's a whole range of sizes for soccer, and this field is as big as they come. But yeah, definitely the surface, the artificial turf, is just a lot truer and smoother. So the ball just tends to get away from you a whole lot more quickly. In this field, it's not as crowned. A lot of times, artificial turf fields are really crowned in the middle to help with drainage, and this one is crowned a little bit, but not as much as you might see other places.
So, here comes the Argonauts on the attack again, and the United team with a shot, just blocked out of there, and then somebody held somebody, no call there, and there is the call. I saw a hand go out there and catch somebody by the arm, so that will be a holding call.
Yeah, looked like a little shirt pull. It was a good pressure by Ricardo Perez. If my memory serves me right, I think he was a big player for Belen High School this year. I believe he was leading scorer in the state for high school this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So here comes the Argonauts in blue, and the United team in red, and a big kick on this side, and then we get a header here, and Argonauts with the ball again, trying to pass on the inside.
Yeah, good patience, working the ball around the sideline. He's going to send a ball in behind the defense.
And then the ball kicked out of bounds as we try to, and then a header keeps it in play. Or nope, it'll be out of bounds as the referee caught it down here, and it'll stay here with the Argonauts. And Argonauts put it back into play, and then beat it around there a little bit, and it goes out of bounds again. This time it will go over to the United team. So now the United team will get it back here.
Yeah, they need to work on getting a little more possession going. I think in the second half the Argonauts have possessed the ball a bit more, and they're not attacking aggressively, but they're holding on to the ball and trying to put themselves into good positions. So it'd be good to see the United team, sort of try to turn the tide.
So here comes the Argonauts with a breakaway. They try to pass it on the inside. Then here comes one of the Argonauts. He's up front. Got a nice pass going here to the right side, and a shot, and it's just over the back of the net.
Yeah, looks like he had to wait a little longer for that than it looks like he wanted to. He was in stride and had to stop and wait for the ball to get to him, and looks like that sort of made him get onto the ball and kick it up high.
And that was Justin Smith with the nice look and shot, but a little over the back of the net. There's the clear out from the goalie, and it goes deep into Vista territory, but the Argonauts come out of there with it, trying to control. And then here at midfield, trying to control are both teams. And the Argonauts trying to get something to happen, and quickly some more headers and things happening here. Still trying to control at midfield. And then the Argonauts on the defensive, and it goes all the way down on the left side to the United team, and they bring it out and regroup here and try to get something to happen. They'll go to the inside, a give and go there, and here comes a shot in the middle, blocked out of there.
Yeah, it was a nice play to get behind the defense. Unfortunately, he didn't have a whole lot of help in that side.
So now they'll give the ball back over to the United team, and they will bring it in at midfield. Or is that going to... Nope, they'll bring it in at midfield. It'll be a throw-in. And then another big kick. There will be a header ensuing. And here we go. As the Argonauts trying to get something to happen here. They're going to try to regroup. They'll stay back in the offensive mode.
Yeah, being patient, it was a good switch of fields.
And here comes the Argonauts on a give and go, and went up a little bit too high on that pass.
Yeah, I think like we saw in the game before, I think the heat and the fatigue are starting to take a little toll here. I think both teams are struggling a little bit. They're both pressuring high pressure in the midfield, and I think both teams are having a little trouble calming that down and establishing something in the middle.
And usually when you see that, you see a lot of players walking around. Only the players that are actually with the ball right now are really moving really aggressively, so you can tell that that's a fatigue level kicking up.
Yeah, the big field, as we mentioned, has something to do with that. It's it's a lot of running.
And that will go all the way to the goalie, and he'll let his players, the Argonauts, go ahead and take it on the ground.
Yeah, they like to possess the ball out of the back and try to build something up as opposed to just sending the long ball.
So, here comes the Argonauts still trying to control this thing, and then United.
A little sloppy turnover there.
And here's a play. Somebody on the right side gets a nice pass, and here's a shot on the inside. Oh, just over the back of the goal. It was a good look, a give and go on the middle of the field, right in the box,
yeah,
but over the back.
Matt Steffen sent that ball across the middle. It was a nice play across. Looked like Mason Buron there tried to get something on it, but it just came out a little bit behind him. It's hard to get good contact on the ball when you have it in the back of your stride like that.
So we have a player change. Felipe Glavis goes out, and Greg Cushman comes into the game for the United team. And back to live action as the back and forth here at midfield, and both teams aggressively trying to get it on their side of the field to get some offense going here.
It's not a whole lot of consistency moving that ball through the midfield. They both are really applying a lot of pressure, and therefore neither one of them are finding very much space.
So now again, the Argonauts at midfield trying to do something again.
Yeah, they have a man way wide to the left over here. Maybe they need to try to switch the ball a little bit earlier.
So again, more control at midfield here for both teams.
Yeah, being very patient, the Argonauts are.
They are up 2-0, so they're going to try their best to stay patient.
That's right. There's no urgency. You just mainly don't want to make a mistake and expose yourself in the back. So
that will go out of bounds, and it'll go over to the United team as the Argonauts are playing it very, very precociously, as we might want to say it.
Yeah. No, they're playing a smart game. They're holding the ball well in the back and trying to create opportunities, but like I said, they're not pushing a lot of men out from the midfield and the defense. So they're staying compact in the middle and in the back, and it's going to be hard to break that down for RVU. I'm sure they're wishing that penalty kick they missed early on had been in the net.
And again, it'll go all the way back to the Argonauts goalie, and he'll want to clear it out. I know he wants to put it on the turf, but he is going to go ahead and it looks like he's going to kick it.
Yeah, you look for that first, and if it's not there, you just want to get it up the field and relieve some of the pressure.
So the Argonauts with some nice control here as it goes back into the backfield, and then it goes out of bounds, and where's it going to go? And it stays with the Argonauts.
Yeah, a lot of contact there from both players, but I like to see the ref letting them play. No harm, no foul.
Absolutely. And here comes the play again at midfield. We've seen a lot of that throughout this second half. Teams trying to control the ball at midfield, trying to get something to happen. And again, there it is again. Here's a play to the right side now. It's going to be a chase down. And will he get there in time? He does get there in time for the United team, and they're going to back it up and try another play. They're going to switch it to the center field. They're going to cross field completely.
Good change, yeah.
Kick to the inside. This could be a header on the inside. Just bounces out of there, and the Argonauts control.
No, it was a good effort. I like how they changed the point of attack from the right to the left. That's how you open things up. RVU's having a hard time in the middle. There's a lot of separation between the RVU defense and the front line, and they need to get these guys to drop back a little bit more. But when you're not getting that, to change the point of attack quickly like that is a good way to surprise the other team.
So now the United team will get the ball back here deep in their own territory as they try to get it out. They'll do this, that, and then the Argonauts steal it away. And they'll play it to the inside. There's somebody there. There's a pass on the inside. Up ahead, all blown. And then just kicked out of there was the United team as one of the Argonauts was trying to get there. Felipe Galvis was the gentleman, almost had an opportunity there.
Yeah, it was a good tackle by Albrecht at the end to knock the ball out of bounds. That was going to be dangerous if that man got past him.
So the Argonauts will get a corner kick out of this thing.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like RVU's got the height advantage. You can see the Argonauts aren't putting a lot of pressure. You know, they're trying to stall out here in the corner and just keep the clock moving. Smart play.
Yeah, interesting how he held on to that ball with his foot, didn't want him to get close. Just burned a little clock.
Yeah, you see most of the Argonauts team is sort of hanging back and just letting them, hold the ball up front and do the best they can.
So here comes, they're looking for the ball right now. There it comes. It's going to be a throw in from the corner. Ooh. All the way down, and just the goalie just manages to grab that thing. Very dangerous. He dropped it there.
Yeah, that was a big throw from the Argonauts. Like we talked about earlier, sometimes that's as dangerous as a corner kick. When you have a guy that can throw the ball right into the middle of the penalty area, as you saw, the RVU keeper bobbled that ball a little bit. That can be a dangerous situation.
And a lot of people ask me, why do they throw it with both hands? Greg, tell me about that.
I don't know where that came from. It's the rule, it's the soccer throw in. I mean, I guess it's just so you're a little more limited in how far you can throw the ball, but that's just the rule. It's the way it's been. Both hands straight over the head is how the ref wants to see you do it.
And that accuracy level can diminish while you have both hands on that ball.
Yeah, it's a different technique definitely than throwing a football or a baseball or even a basketball. It's it takes a whole lot of your core abdominal. The guys that can throw the ball a long way, it's not arm strength. It's being able to use the muscles of your abdomen and your back and get some snap to really be able to launch the ball like that. You see younger kids even do that flip throw where they do a little bit of a somersault and use that to catapult the ball, but you don't see that at higher level very often.
So here comes the United team trying to get something to happen. They get the ball in the middle of the field, and then into the box we go. And here's a shot. No, just knocked out of there at the last second. And again, the United team trailing here 2-0 needs to get something to happen.
No, they're
a little more aggressive here,
They're
Greg.
turning things around. That was Steffens there, had a nice play where he set up the move to the outside and cut it back to the middle and almost managed to get a shot off. The defender was in a good position, but yeah, RVU's looks like they're getting a little more pressure, a little more urgency. Here's a good chance for the Argonauts. Nice switch all the way out to the left side.
Just don't want to get an offsides penalty here, and it's going to be a good play. There's a shot. Oh!
Wow.
That one on the outside of the goal almost went in, just inches away from that corner goalpost, and man, Greg, that would look like a great shot from here.
Yeah, Jeremy Klepek hit that very well. It looked like it was in from where I was sitting. It was hard to tell. It hit that side net. I couldn't tell if it was in or outside, but
yeah, it was dangerous.
Had some mustard on it, that's for sure.
So now the goalkeeper for the United team is going to get this thing cleared out. He's going to go ahead and keep it on the field.
No, I like that at this point in the game. They got 20 minutes left. They don't need to just be banging the ball down the field. They need to try to do something productive, and the more they can see of the ball, the better that's going to be.
And they'll back it up again to their goalie and try to do some controlling here. That was very dangerous.
That was dangerous. It's the downside of playing the ball out of the back is you play around too much back there. You find yourself under more pressure than you want to be. Same thing again, yeah.
So here comes the United team trying to get this thing controllable so they can get it down the field, and there's a pass down the field. Argonauts having no part of that and getting that up high in the air.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if you see a player, you think you can get him in behind the defense, send that long ball, but you're not going to see that pay off from the back line very often, especially with the wind blowing in your face, and it'd be nice to see them work that ball up a little bit. They got plenty of time, 20 minutes, I mean, we saw the game before this one was a 2-0 lead, and they managed to come back and tie it up, and there's time for that here, but I think they need to try to hold on to the ball and not be quite so aggressive.
So now with a multiplayer change here for the Argonauts, and then a little too aggressive on the inbound pass as he steps over the line and gives it right back over to the United team, and they'll pick it up and they'll bring it in. So back to United. They have struggled a little bit in the last 4 or 5 minutes trying to get this thing to get across the mid-field line, and they finally managed to do that. Get a guy up front, and he's going to stay with it, and it'll go out of bounds. Let's see who hangs on to the ball here, and apparently it will stay with the United team, and it's either going to be a corner kick or a throw-in, and apparently it looks like it's going to be a corner kick.
Looks like a corner, yeah. That was a good attempt at playing Buron into the corner, but as we've seen throughout the day, the ball just seems to find its way out of bounds in those corners really quickly.
So they decide just to bring it in, and then quickly...
Yeah, they took the short corner there. I was a little surprised with their height advantage.
And then a race for the ball and a shot, and that will roll out of bounds.
Yeah, it's quick counterattack there. That's the danger of a short corner kick like that, is you get a lot of your team up the field thinking the ball's going to be sent across like it normally would be on a corner, and next thing you know, if the other team steals the ball, they're away with not a lot of defenders in front of them. So that's the danger.
So here we go again with the United team's goalie going to put this thing in play. He has been putting it on the turf. Let's see if he decides to put it in the air now. And he does just that, all the way down to midfield. And then back over to the Argonauts as they control the ball right now. Benny Conway with it. He's looking to pass it, and he does just that. Nice pass on the inside and then back on the outside, but it's stolen away by the United team, and they'll go back to the control. 2-0, still the lead for the Argonauts over last year's state champs, the Rio Vista United 94 team.
That's right. Mostly seniors, some juniors. Good switch there. See, you don't have anything up the right side. Let's try the left.
And here comes the pass on the left side, and then it's going to be kicked out.
Nice through ball, though. Benny Conway played the ball into space, and they almost managed to get somebody to run onto it behind the defense, but the Argonauts defense got there just in time and cleared it out.
So now the Argonauts will bring it back in here. They'll throw it in on the right side of the field, and it's bounced around a little bit. Little header there, comes out of there, and up and over the United team, and then back the other way, and back and forth. Now United with an opportunity here, gets the kick to this side, nice pass, controls it nicely, gets it on the inside, into the box we go. Still a pass, and there's a kick, and that will...
It's going to be a throw in the corner. Yeah, it was good effort there. They held the ball well into the corner. It was tough when United ended up with their back to the goal. That's a tough position to turn and do something productive from.
And then a ball high in the air. Nobody could get to it. And now everybody's holding off on it. A couple of bounces went off. And then some passing by the United team trying to keep it together here, as they'll be patient here, looking for a give and go, and then they decide to back it up even further and try to control it. And now they're moving it up a little bit, keep it back with the defenders now, and all the way back to the goalie.
Yeah, reset things. I'd like to see them work the ball to the other side a little bit more quickly.
And here we we go with the control with the United team trying to work it in the middle of the field, and then stolen away by the Argonauts. And there we have a nice pass on the inside if he can get it there, and he just missed out on it. Had a guy all alone on the left side, and John Paul Munford Lofgren.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a long name. Almost confused me there.
No, that was a nice steal. He stepped right into the passing lane, and once he had the ball, he had a lot of space in front of him.
It would probably been a one-on-one against that forward and that goal. It'd have been something to see.
Yeah, no, United's had a couple big saves in the back on their defense. Just nice tackles at the last minute.
And then they cleared back to the goalie for the Argonauts, and they'll regroup here, and they'll pick it up, and then they throw it in for the goalie. Comes out here to the left side to Aaron Israel, and then kicked out of bounds again. And that one will be off the foot of Austin Dudan. And then they'll chase this thing down, and Devin Mason will bring it in. Oh, Argonauts get it now. And the Argonauts, Marcus Cordova brings it in, and then it's stolen away from him. And then a high kick apparently, and it goes back over to United.
Little collision, nothing malicious or intentional, I don't think. Just trying to win the ball back.
Yep. So here comes the United team and put it in play. And then bounced around a little bit. The Argonauts trying to control, and then that will be kicked out of bounds. Stays here with United.
No, it was a safe play. You get the ball passed back to you with the other team running down your throat. You don't want to mess around with it too much.
So Aaron Fox will bring it in for United, and he does just that. And some control on the right side of the field, and then again kicked out of bounds. And back inside we go with United trailing 2-0.
Yeah, they need to get something here soon. Good possession around the top of the 18.
And they'll pass it around on the outside. It goes all the way to the right side of the field, and then they're going to try to get it on the wing, and then in the center of the field, nothing there, stolen away. And the Argonauts trying to battle for it, and then again United with players in the front, and then a kick all the way to the cross of the field.
Yeah.
And can he chase it down? No.
No, it was a little more than he intended. Philippe Galvis just hit that a little bit too much. I think he had the right idea. It's tough to break down the Argonauts right now. I mean, I just counted. They had 9 guys inside or around the penalty area. It's hard. It's hard to penetrate that. You know, at this point in the game, they can kind of pack things in back there.
Yeah. So with a 2-0 lead, the Argonauts over the last year's state champions, the '94 UNM Rush team.
RVU team, yeah.
RVU team, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So now they'll sort this thing out, a player change ensuing. And going out, apparently, it looks like they're going to take out Jeremy Kelpak and bring in one of the shorter guys, and it looks like Austin Dudan coming in.
Yeah, he's a good player. I saw him in the first half. He made his presence known a couple of times. You know, don't always need to be the tallest one out there. You know, you look at a team like Barcelona, and they have those 3. They have Messi and Iniesta and Xavi, and I think they're all 3 5'4", you know, and they play like they're 6'4", you know.
Exactly. Height isn't really a requirement in soccer.
Not necessarily even an advantage,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. So now the Argonauts get control of the ball. They'll try to work it in. Nice up and over pass, and then it's beat it around, and then chasing it down are the Argonauts, trying to get something to happen in the center of the field. This could be a shot here. Nope. Trying to get some controlled in. The pass and the shot. Nope. No shot there, and then it goes out for the... Oh, then stolen away. Argonauts again with the ball.
Yeah, Ricardo Perez, that was a good attempt at a counterattack. He just dribbled right into the teeth of the defense, unfortunately.
And then there comes a yellow card.
Yellow card for Perez. He must have said something. I didn't see a foul.
And he's up here pleading his case, which it always falls on deaf ears, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It usually only makes matters worse. Not that I have any first-hand experience with that.
So here comes the Argonauts again, who've just got tagged with the yellow card. And they'll pass the ball, trying to get something to happen. And the United team on the attack now. They have the control on the left side of the field. One man to beat. Got him beat. Got a pass going. Looking for someone else on the outside. Nothing there. They go to the left side of the field. Back out of the box. And there's a shot. It's up and over.
Ooh.
Oh! Another save. Oh, that one hit.
That was sneaky. He tried to chip the keeper. Was that Perez? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Perez.
Yeah, about 20 yards out. He saw keeper was a little bit off his line and tried to chip him. Almost found the corner, hit the woodwork, as they say.
And there's a pass on the inside for the Argonauts, and then it's just taken away.
Keeper did a good job coming off his line.
And here comes the United team trying to get something to happen as they trail 2-0. And earlier on, when Craig and I called the earlier game, it was a 2-0 lead, and lo and behold, they tied it up.
Yeah, we saw that coming. We said it was 2-0 at halftime. We said don't lose your impetus and sit back and try to play too much defense, and it's sort of what happened. We saw them come back and tie it up 2-2. Unfortunately, RVU's had a couple opportunities here. If they had made the penalty and there they hit the post, they
have something. Yeah. Here comes a cross-field pass, and it looks like he wants to take a shot. He's going to go to the middle of the field, take a shot, and that will go wide right.
Yeah, that's good. That was a reasonable shot to take. I think that was Marcus Cordova. Just played it a little bit wide. I think a couple of his teammates were saying maybe he could have dished the ball to the far post, but I don't think that was a bad shot to take.
So again, the goalie for the United team will put it in play. And again, controlled by the United team, who are trailing 2-0, and I think are a little bit more desperate than the Argonauts right now, who are taking their time and making sure that they protect that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they've played their game here in the second half. They're being smart about it.
There's some nice footwork, and then just blocked out of bounds, and that looked like the Argonauts had Michael Wilson on the right side trying to go one-on-one, and it was just kicked out of bounds by Matt Steffens.
No, it was a good play from the Argonauts. Just like I said, they're trying to make just what they have, but not be too aggressive. You can see even with the ball this far up the field, they've got 3 or 4 guys sitting back, and they just don't want to leave themselves open. Give a goal to RVU here at the end to let them back in the game.
So now, as we regroup here, and the Argonauts will bring the ball in, as I think there's going to be a player change due to a surface injury, looks like, and one of the United team going out very slow.
Yeah, it looks like Christian Albrecht coming in. I couldn't see who that's.
It looked like it was Nicholas Krebs, the one that was slowly walking off the field and still walking slowly off the field, and they wanted a penalty there, but don't get it.
Yeah, well, that's the danger of these artificial surfaces sometimes, as you have seen. It's you see a whole lot more knee and ankle injuries just because it doesn't give away like grass does underneath your foot.
And there another drop, and he wanted that one. It doesn't get it. And then here comes the card. He didn't like what he heard, and right in his face, yellow card.
Things are getting a little chippy out there. Yeah, player kind of threw the ball away behind his back and kind of delayed the game a little bit, so you're always going to get a yellow card for that.
He had a few choice words for that referee.
Yeah, from what I've seen of this one, he doesn't take too fondly to that either.
No, he does not. And here again is the up and out on the left side, up in front of everybody, and just knocked out of there.
Michael Wilson. Yeah, it was a nice run. Kind of a dangerous tackle. They looked like they went knee to knee, which is never a good thing.
And then some action here between Wilson and one of the
Chris Welch.
Yeah, they're not too happy with each other right now. Had a few choice words for each other.
Like I said, these guys are longtime rivals. You can see it out there. But, I think a lot of them go to the same high schools, and they're probably friends on other days of the week, but
not today.
Not on Saturdays.
So the ball bounces high, goes right to the goalie for the Argonauts, who are up on top 2-0. 4 minutes and 44 seconds and ticking away in this ball game.
Yeah, RVU's running out of time here. Like I said, they've had a couple of unfortunate breaks. I think you have to say the Argonauts have dominated the possession here. RVU's had a couple of good counters and a missed penalty and hit the crossbar there.
So here comes the ball again to the Argonauts, who have played rather well up on top 2-0. There's a give and go there, a little bit too far, and then the header back to the goalie.
Yeah, good organized defending by the Argonauts. They're what they call keeping your shape, keeping organized. They've managed it the whole second half here and keeping themselves out of trouble that way.
And the ball will go out of bounds and back over to the Argonauts as they try to regroup here again. Still up on top, 4 minutes left in the ball game and ticking away, and this one's going to end up here rather quickly, as we don't know how much time is on there. As Craig has mentioned to us, the referees keep the score, actually keep the clock, and
typically
it's just basically
most soccer games, it's just to give you a ballpark. I think in this tournament they're trying to stay pretty on the scoreboard clock, and it's actually different between professional and FIFA soccer and high school. I mean, I think high school soccer.
Oh, there's a shot.
There's a goal for RVU.
So RVU gets a shot. It was a nice pass from the outside to the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think Perez crossed it in and kind of leaked its way through the middle. Yeah, that was Matt Steffens, I think, put it away. It just kind of was bounced around a little bit, and then he just kind of found a slot out on the keeper's right side.
So that one didn't have a lot of muster on it, but it definitely went in.
But yeah, what I was saying is, I think in high school soccer in New Mexico, it is actually, when the clock stops, the game is over. It's unlike professional soccer where the ref can add arbitrary amount of time on for injuries at the end of the game.
So now, still 2-1 now, with 2:19 and ticking left in the game, and they'll bring the ball in. It'll be tipped around. The Argonauts will kick it deep, and back and forth it goes.
Gonna make for an interesting last 2 minutes.
So here we go, back again, and
Steffens with the ball. Nice turn in the midfield. Jamison now. Good switch to the outside.
And the United team.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to let that get out of bounds. That's maybe
the United team.
They're gonna be lucky to have.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, RVU's gonna be lucky to get 1 or 2 more chances here, maybe.
So they'll bounce it around, go out of bounds again. 1:19 and ticking left in the ball game. It's a 2-1 lead for the Argonauts over the United team, and United with it. And we saw this in the last game. At the final minutes of that game, the United team came back and tied it. This could happen again here.
Could happen today. We got a minute to go.
As we mentioned, the United team was last year's state champion, so they are up to the task.
They've done it before.
And there's a shot. It's a big one. It's over and off to the right.
Yeah, and I guess that's not such a bad idea at this point. I mean,
you need a score.
Yeah, you got to score. Luis Baca, I think, there hit that pretty well. It looked like it missed the mark by a bit, but he got some good power on it.
26 seconds left in this one and ticking away. As the United team trailing here 2-1.
They're in no hurry.
Yeah,
no hurry to put it back in play here. There's supposed to be a time limit on how long you get to put it back in play.
And the United team with one last run here to see what they can get going, and nothing happening as the Argonauts will get the save.
That's going to be it.
That's the end of the clock, and let's see if the referees will let this one go a little bit longer, and they do. As the United team with another opportunity here, and see what happens. The game continues.
Yeah, I guess the ref is keeping. We've seen different ways in different games today. The first game they went right off the scoreboard. This one's keeping it himself.
And it will keep play alive here as the United team trailing by 1 needs something to happen here quickly as they'll get it on the inside. There's a kick into the box.
Oh,
almost had something there, and then it's kicked out of bounds completely.
Well, Steffens again.
They'll clear that one out.
I think we've said his name quite a bit here in the latter part of this game. He seems to find himself in the right place.
So RVU will bring it in again, and more opportunities, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. And that's the end of the game, as this one will go into the record books with the Argonauts 2 and the Rio Vista United team 1. So that'll do it for us here. A couple of final thoughts here from us here in the booth. Craig, what do you think?
Well, I think it was a fair result. I think RVU had a couple of opportunities. I'm sure they regret missing the penalty, and they had the crossbar, where they hit the crossbar there on the nice chip of the keeper. But I think for the most part, the Argonauts possessed the ball well and played a really organized defense. They managed their lead well in the second half, that's really key. As we saw in the earlier game, they let the 2-goal lead get away from them, but the Argonauts really managed theirs well here. So I think it's a fair result.
I think so too, and that'll do it for us here. Thank you everybody for joining us here, and we want to thank our color guy here, Craig, and you've done a fantastic job. You got to come do this again with us.
Thanks, Rudy. Would love to.
We'll have you back soon enough. Thank you, Craig.
All right, thank you.
And again, the Argonauts 2, the Rio Vista United team 1, and we'll take about a 10-minute break and be right back with you.